The Snyder Cut trailer is finally here. Yes! I'm so excited to be able to share my thoughts on the music that's in the Snyder Cut trailer. Stick around to the end of the video, you don't want to miss this. Hi there, my name is Eric. Thanks so much for coming across this channel. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, that way you get notified for when new videos come out. Also, it helps me out as a content creator to provide more videos for you. If you're a returning subscriber, you know that I've done another video on like the music of the last Luke Skywalker theme in The Mandalorian Season 2. Oops, spoiler alert. But the Snyder Cut trailer to Justice League was released yesterday. And me being a musician and a violinist, I couldn't help myself but just listen to what the music was in the trailer. So I'm going to dissect the trailer a little bit on what I noticed that this composer used to make this epic music sound even more epic in this trailer. So I'm not a huge comic book reader who used to read like the actual comic books. I started watching a lot more comic book movies, like started out with Iron Man actually, where back in 2008, where the first Marvel movie came out. And you know, growing up I used to like Batman and Superman and all that stuff. But you know, once the movie started coming out, I really started to appreciate the kind of music that was incorporated in the movies and the trailers to kind of hype up the audience and hype up the movie. Something that I've noticed is that the composers who really write for these kinds of movies, there's a very kind of simple formula with these superhero trailers, right? You have like a bit of chants, like choir, like large choir. You have high strings, you have trombone, and this is very much the case in this Snyder Cut trailer. So the composer for the Snyder Cut trailer was actually supposed to be working with Zack Snyder a few years ago, back in 2017, but due to a family tragedy, Zack Snyder had to step away from the project, and also Donkey XL, aka Tom Holkenborg, also stepped away from that project. So there was a new director and a new composer. So the true vision of Justice League really couldn't be fulfilled because of those two main parties leaving the movie back in 2017 when it was released. And I don't know about you, if you're watching this video, like there was a huge potential for Justice League back when it was released, but there's so many like missing elements. It wasn't like really like gripping for me. And I think part of what makes a movie so special is the music that goes behind it. I think the director and the composer play such a huge role together. They really collaborate to make sure that certain scenes are the way they should be. Start out the trailer with Superman, you know, being all Superman-y. The very first second that you watch the trailer, you know, you see Superman fighting for his life. You see these electric sparks coming out of him. And in the music, you hear this Gregorian chant kind of, you know, trying to guide us into the main melodic melody. And, you know, to me, Gregorian chant is like, resonates with me like this very ancient kind of quality. And maybe that's kind of like a premonition of what we're going to see in the movie, where this really ancient being is going to be erupting, you know, and Justice League, like the people like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, etc., that they're going to be fighting these ancient beings. Of course, we all know what happens in the 2017 Justice League, but there's going to be a lot more information, a lot more context. I heard the movie's going to be like way longer than like Avengers Endgame. So there's going to be a lot more musical material that we're probably going to be working with. And Tom Holkenborg is the man for the project. You know, there's this really awesome Twitter video of him releasing some audio footage on Twitter, and this was like about like maybe a couple years ago, I can't remember exactly the day, and he was working on the score with Zack Snyder, which was really incredible. But anyways, going back to the music, so we start out with this Gregorian chant-like quality in the beginning, and we later transition into high strings, which is kind of like superhero formula, like very epic. You have these brass instruments like French horn, trombone, you know, something like historic. You know, French horn is a very historic, heroic kind of instrument to be used in these kinds of trailers like this. You find it in Avengers Endgame, you find this in Avengers Infinity War, and you could also hear that there's a bit of heavy choir, lots of heavy choir, just to make it more epic. You know, I feel like the superhero trailer formula for the music is that you have high strings, you have brass, and you have just a bunch of choir, like a lot of choir, like many voices singing, or at least the illusion of a lot of singers. And like I said before, in that last scene in season 2 of The Mandalorian, where the composer decided to use a lot more choir to kind of show that heroism. You have strings, you have brass, you have a lot of choir, this monotone choir coming in, and it's very very spooky, but also like later on, Luke Skywalker prevails. And I think that's kind of like the simplistic overview of this music and what we expect coming out of the score coming from Junkie XL, aka Tom Holkenborg. And I'm really excited for this movie because there's going to be a lot of like epic moments that I was lacking and I was really wanting back in 2017 when Justice League came out. And also another piece of the superhero trailer music formula is that you have to have some kind of percussion, right? And you need to have some kind of suspense, which helps elevate the trailer, which helps elevate the characters and the story that's going to happen in any kind of movie, right? That's the whole purpose, to get people excited, and that's one way. And you can find very similar traits from the Justice League Zack Snyder trailer compared to like the other trailers like from Marvel and other superhero movies. Question of the day: what was your favorite part of the Zack Snyder trailer? And leave musical comments, like what is your favorite part musically speaking, and what are you excited for when it comes to the music for the Justice League? Thanks so much for coming across this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. That way you get notified for when new videos come out. Also helps me out as a content creator to provide more videos for you. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.